Haribol to all my brothers and my sisters, and welcome back to Astral Motivation. Today we're going to be talking about the powerful lunar eclipse of March 14th. Now, this is going to be the first eclipse of 2025, and of course it's coming with massive transformations for all of us. And it is also opening the eclipse portal that we're going to be experiencing this March 2025. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Astral Motivation. My name is Vinodini Dasi. I am a Vedic astrologer and practitioner of the ancient Vedic arts. So if you are into Vedic arts, Vedic culture, or Vedic astrology, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss any of the nectar. Alrighty, my beautiful brothers and sisters, let's see what this upcoming powerful eclipse has in store for all of us. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you to all my exclusive members. Because of my exclusive members, I am able to bring you guys so much free content. Now, my exclusive members also get very well pampered. Right now, we are learning Vedic Astrology 101, a special course for my exclusive members. So if you would like to learn Vedic Astrology, the basics of Vedic Astrology, make sure to turn into a member today. And you can find how to do that in the description here below. You'll find the link. Now, let's get to it. Let's talk about this lunar eclipse, guys, because this is going to be the first lunar eclipse of 2025, and it is, of course, going to come with massive, powerful shifts. First and foremost, remember, I am a Vedic astrologer, sidereal astrologer. I talk Vedic astrology, I talk sidereal astrology, and these are the calculations for Vedic astrology. So, therefore, this lunar eclipse is going to be happening on March 14th. And it's going to be creating March 14th, 15th, according to where you are on the earth. But this is going to be a very powerful eclipse that is going to bring a massive transformation for all of us. And I want to apologize if you guys hear some sounds in the background. The gardeners are doing the gardening. So we are having this very powerful eclipse. And this eclipse for Vedic astrology is going to be happening in the sign of Leo. Now, the view where we can see this eclipse is going to be right in the Americas, and that is going to be very well seen at night. Now, the etiquette of Vedic culture is that we do not look at the eclipse. We stay inside. We see eclipses to be extremely inauspicious because eclipses are a time where the nodes of the moon, which is the north node and the south node, Rahu and Ketu, are eating or are covering the sun, which represents the soul, the Atma, and the mind and the moods, which is represented by the moon. This is a very, very delicate time. So the etiquette for Vedic culture is that we do not look at any eclipses. We actually close all the windows in the house, and we do not let any light in during that time. And we also do not eat anything, and we fast during the time of the eclipse. These are the times of the eclipses from the moment that it begins until it ends. So have this in a note. And if you would like to use the spiritual energies of this eclipse, you want to follow the Vedic tradition, which is not looking at the eclipse, not eating, not drinking anything, because during that time, anything that the light is touching, the light of these eclipses is touching, is actually creating negativity. So it's bringing sin to everything that is touching. So we want to keep everything close. We want to make sure that the light is not touching us. We want to make sure that we are not eating anything at that time. And then the best thing we can do during this time is to be chanting mantras. Chanting mantras, we can actually utilize the energies of this eclipse to enhance our spiritual energy. So this is the best way to manage the eclipse so that it becomes auspicious for you. Because you know that eclipses, when they happen, they literally make a wave of change in a person's lives. And it could be around from 3 months to 6 months that there's this massive massive transformation that happens in our lives. Now, if we're not in alignment with the divinity, and if we're not in alignment with the will of God, then of course we are going to be feeling a lot of suffering. But if we get into alignment with divinity, if we get into alignment with God and Goddess, then this eclipse can actually propel us into our wishes and our desires and help us to transform into what we want to truly become, a pure, more authentic version of ourselves. So this eclipse is going to be happening in the sign of Leo, 29 degrees Leo, because in Vedic astrology we are still having the sun in Sagittarius at the sun in Aquarius at 29 degrees Aquarius, and we're having the eclipse happening at 29 degrees Leo. This is the beginning of a new series of the shifts of nodes. The Rahu and the Ketu are going to start changing signs. And by the next eclipse season, it's no longer going to be in Virgo and Pisces. It's now going to be in Aquarius and Leo. And this is definitely a change in our lives, as well as a change of nodes. And we're going to start having shifts in our lives where we're going to start being focused in new things at this time. So this eclipse is the introduction to this new cycle of the nodes going into Aquarius and Leo. And the nodes actually love to be in Aquarius and Leo. So in the future, it is going to be a lot more auspicious. But this eclipse can already give you a glimpse on the things that we are going to be working on when we are getting closer and closer to what it is that we are creating in our lives. Now, when we have an eclipse, this is an energy of a full moon. And the full moon are times of closure, are times of endings. And when we have a lunar eclipse, this could be a very powerful ending, a very powerful closure of a cycle that is happening at this time. And because it is happening in the sign of Leo, this deals with our passions. This deals with our heart's desires. Leo rules our heart's desires. Leo rules our passions and how we have fun in life. Okay, so this is going to start igniting it. Now, Ketu is still a little bit further away, 3 degrees away. So we're still having that Virgo energy, but this is the beginning. Now, this is going to be happening in the nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni. And Uttaraphalguni is the 12th nakshatra that runs from 26 degrees Leo to 10 degrees of Virgo. So it's this cusp energy between Leo and Virgo, which is exactly this introduction that we are about to have in these energies of this eclipse. So this is a very powerful eclipse happening in Uttaraphalguni. And Uttaraphalguni is ruled by the sun. So even though it's a very relationship-oriented nakshatra, it is about having our own individuality, our own sense of self within a relationship. This nakshatra deals with how to have a healthy, loving marriage and a healthy, loving relationship. And I'm just going to pull the transits here, you guys, because now we're going to get into some astrology so that you guys can understand why this is such a powerful time. So just putting everything here. The sun is going to be in Aquarius, 29 degrees Aquarius, which is still close to Saturn, conjunct Saturn. This has been making it very difficult for us lately. And if you have not seen my Saturn and Sun conjunction video, definitely go check it out, because there you're going to understand the karmic things that have been happening with Sun and Saturn. So Sun and Saturn are very close together, making it a very karmic time where maybe our vitality has been very low, or we've been going through a reassessment about our own personal identities, our own personal individuality within a relationship. This could be business relationship, or it could be love relationship. And now that we are having this eclipse, of course, as I mentioned, it is 3 degrees away from Ketu. Ketu still in Virgo, and the moon is in Leo, 29 degrees Leo. So it's right about to go into the sign of Pisces. And in the sign of Pisces, of course, we have Rahu, we have the Mercury, and we have Venus here. And so Venus is also retrograding. Have you checked out the video on Venus retrograde? Go check that out, because this is a very karmic time, especially for all relationships, for all love relationships, business relationships, and our relationship with money and our own self-love and self-esteem. So go check out that video on Venus retrograde. That will give you more insights. But this lunar eclipse It's really digging at this, because the nakshatra that it falls in is a nakshatra that deals with relationships and it deals with marriage. Uttaraphalguni is very much about relationships. It is when the Leo energy, the Leo being the passion when we first meet somebody, the honeymoon phase, and then the Virgo is really establishing that energy in a more grounded, practical energy that is actually going to be so much more beneficial for you. So Uttaraphalguni, even though it's a solar nakshatra, and we got to see where the sun is, very close to Saturn, this is a karmic time that life is saying, are you mature enough to actually have a relationship? Or are you showing up in your relationship extremely immature? Maybe the time has come for you to close a chapter in the way that you approach relationships and that you're seeing that is not giving you the results that you want. At this time, we could be feeling the heaviness of, for example, for those of you who are not in a relationship, you could be feeling the heaviness of not having a relationship, especially if you're starting to get older and you're starting to feel like, okay, where's my partner? You could be feeling that very heavily. And life right now is saying, well, if you want your partner, are you wife material? Are you husband material? You really want to have a partner. You really want to have a solid relationship and start a family and get married. But are you wife material? And are you husband material? And what I mean by this is like there has to be a level of maturity that needs to come into our lives in order for us to really take this new step of initiation into love. And that's what Uttaraphalguni is like the step of initiation into mature love. And that is what this whole eclipse is about. Now, of course, I'm talking about love. If you're single, it's making you mature so that you can actually have a relationship in your life. And if you're currently in a relationship going through massive struggles, maybe some of you guys are going through breakups, maybe lovers are coming back from the past. All these things could be happening during Venus retrograde. And it's a time where it's like, well, have you really learned the lessons in love? Are you mature enough to actually have this relationship? Are you mature enough to actually maintain this relationship? The way that you are going about your relationships, is it sustainable? Can you know how like at the beginning of a relationship, everybody's like putting up the facade and putting up the mask and their best version of themselves. And then eventually in the relationship, you start seeing the true colors of something, because it's not sustainable to live a life in a mask. So the maturities of how you're approaching your love life. Also, the maturities of how you're approaching your sense of self-love, because that's where it starts. How much you love yourself is how much another person can actually love you. So are you looking for validation outside of yourself, or are you putting that energy into yourself to become the best version of yourself so that you can be the best lover that you can possibly be, the best husband, the best wife that you can possibly be? So it's a pretty karmic time in love. Now, when it comes to money, it's also a matter of that. Your self-love dictates how much money you get. So if you don't give yourself or your own sense of self-worth, then it's very difficult for somebody else to see your worth if you don't even claim your own sense of worth. So this is also talking about self-love, talking about how we approach our own love with ourselves, our own love with others, our own relationships and commitments, and who are we committed to, and are these commitments really beneficial for us? So Uttaraphalguni is giving us this massive awakening on relationships. Now, Uttaraphalguni is also called the later red one, because this is after the man has conquered and maybe gotten a girl. Uttaraphalguni is when the woman actually the Uttaraphalguni is mainly a female energy, because now we're starting to go into Virgo. And this nakshatra teaches women how to choose a partner. So what does it say? First, that a woman is looking for a trustworthy man. So in your relationships, do you see trustworthiness? Or do you see that there's not trustworthiness? Or do you see that, can you really count on this person? Does this person actually show up when you need them? That's what a woman really needs. A woman doesn't need a man to be extremely rich or something. She just wants a reliable, trustworthy man. And so this is a time where if you have not been in a relationship where there's somebody who's trustworthy, you're going to see it. And it might be the end of it. It might be the closure of it. This lunar cycle is closing a cycle in our lives. So it's closing the cycle of immaturities, and it's also closing the cycle of toxic relationships that are not going to really move forward, that are not trustworthy. Now, if you are in a relationship of trustworthiness and the person that you're with is trustworthy, you've been married to this person, let's say, and now there's a challenge. The challenge that Uttaraphalguni is giving is, okay, are you guys being affectionate enough? Because that's another lesson that Uttaraphalguni gives us, that it is not a matter of compatibility. Okay, yes, it's good to have compatibility. It's good for you to check out your chart in astrology with the compatibility of a lover, of course. That helps, but it's not the end be all. At the end of the day, it falls in the hands of the two partners, on the partners, to be able to be affectionate regardless of the compatibility. Because even if they're extremely compatible, life is still going to give obstacles. So the only thing that smooths out the obstacles in a relationship is affection. How affectionate are you with each other? Are you really demonstrating affection? Even though you've lived, okay, whatever, 15, 20, 30, 60 years, it doesn't matter. Are you showing affection? Because that is how we nurture the garden of our love life. So this is something that the lunar eclipse is really showing us at this time. And if we actually get this right, if we allow ourselves to mature, this is the reason why Venus is also retrograding, conjunct this Rahu. And Mercury is going to be going retrograde right after this lunar eclipse. Like, this is a massive time of emotional maturity and spiritual maturity, so that we're able to finally have better relationships that are more beneficial for us. So it is quite the karmic situation right now, guys. It is very powerful. And so I just want to let you guys know that I'm having 45% off on my consultations right now. You can find the promo code in the description here below. If you're going through love issues, if you're going through toxic situations, if you're going through self-esteem issues or even money issues, book a personal consultation with me. Take advantage of this promo code of this eclipse so that we can really get deep into understanding where it is that your chart is trying to lead you towards. But this, if we play your cards right, if you play your cards right in this eclipse, it is definitely going to be bringing to you expansion of status, getting you closer to your dreams and aspirations, and is going to empower your passions as well, your creative passions. This is a maturing time for all of us. So these is the transits that I actually see for this eclipse, which is going to be very, very powerful. Uttaraphalguni is a beautiful nakshatra that is really trying to give us the love of our lives and is trying to really ignite that positive, mature relationship that is going to be beneficial for our lives and our future. And at the same time, it's like, we don't want to waste any more time. Did you guys know that max, if you are extremely handsome or extremely good looking, max you get to try out with 5 different people to see if you can have a long-term relationship. And out of these 5 people, usually people give it 2 years to see how it's going to go. That's a decade of your life. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. And it's not even just so much about the clock being ticked. You're wasting your energy, your life force in things that never end up being nothing. So that is the maturity that this eclipse is trying to bring us. It's like the time has come for you to actually have a relationship where you can build something solid, where you both actually truly commit for real. And I'm talking about even marriage. Yes, lock it down. That's serious for life. Because when you make that radical decision, then you have radical results. If you're wishy-washy and you're trying to just test the waters but not fully get in it, then you're not going to fully get the results. You have to take the risk. And that is what Uttaraphalguni is trying to mature us into getting done. So now let's talk about the horoscopes, guys. Let's check out the horoscopes for this lunar eclipse, which is going to be very, very powerful for all of us. Now, if you want to check out your horoscope, check out your moon, of course, and also check out your ascendant. These two are very important for you to look at and for you to make sure that you have, because The moon is how you're going to be feeling, and the physical, what is going to be happening to you physically is going to be the ascendant. I'm doing Vedic Astrology sidereal horoscope. Check out your Vedic astrological chart in the calculation here. I have a link for you that you can find out your chart so that you can get the right horoscopes. And of course, we're going to begin with our beautiful Aries. All right, Aries. Well, for you, this very, very powerful eclipse is going to be happening in your 5th house. Ooh, we're starting to ignite that passion, baby. We're starting to ignite that romance once again. We're starting to transform your relationships with your inner child or your children. And we're starting to even maybe mature a lot more in romance. I gotta be honest, my beautiful Aries, this could be bringing an end to a cycle, an immature cycle in your love life if you are currently in a committed relationship. And it's allowing for maybe a new cycle of more maturity, mature romance, more responsibility with your children to really get to a new level. Okay, maybe there was here, what I see is maybe if you guys had a relationship that could have been going a little bit toxic, you guys decided to stay for the children, and now things are actually maturing and getting a lot better. That's a good one. Other ones, my beautiful Aries, if this relationship is extremely toxic for you and you are dealing with somebody who's not really trustworthy and it's not really wanting to get fully committed to you, then this is going to be a time where we might just see an end to this relationship as well. So you got to trust the process. You got to trust where God is taking you. You got to trust this moment right now. So I'm going to pull some cards here for you when it comes to love and romance, because this eclipse is all about love and romance for you, Aries. What is the messages for Aries when it comes to love and romance for this eclipse, for this lunar eclipse for Aries? I'm going to read this one. Oh, yeah, you see, there's unrequited love. There's been deception and unrequited love. Like maybe there was like falsity happening in your love life where you just felt like this person wasn't truly being trustworthy, wasn't truly being honest with you. They were wearing a mask, or maybe you felt like you had to be somebody that you were not in order to be in this relationship. If there's been any deception, true deception, this eclipse is going to expose it. Some days before, some days after, or during the eclipse portal. But believe me, Aries, you're not going to end up in the dark like a fool. And if you've been decepting, it's going to show up. Now, this has been creating this unrequited love. This energy of like, I just don't feel enough attraction with you. I don't feel enough chemistry with you. Like after what we went through, this really, really turned me off. Or I'm just not feeling the same. And this is what this eclipse is trying to either conclude, this negative energy, so that you can allow for more love to come in, because they're telling you, my beautiful Leo, you deserve love. You deserve love. And this is what this eclipse is going to show you, that you don't have to settle. And that is also what Venus retrograde is trying to teach us, that we do not have to settle in life. We do not have to settle in life. And are we really honoring our self-worth? Are we really honoring our self-esteem? And this eclipse may just give you the insights and open your eyes to all of these things. I'm going to pull another message here for you, my beautiful Aries. Another message for Aries when it comes to this eclipse in Leo, lunar eclipse for Aries. Yes, you see a daughter. For some of you guys, you actually have a daughter with this relationship. Others of you, my female Aries, you're healing something really deep here. Deep. And I'm talking about like sense of self-worth, deep. Some of you ladies may be feeling like you're not good enough daughter, or that you should be better, or at least just forgive yourself. You need to start nurturing your own inner child at this time and not be so caught up with other people. Be loving to your inner child. Your inner child is worth it. Your inner child deserves love. Okay, and for my males, either you have a daughter and your daughter has many answers to what you're going through at this time and the best way to go about it, or if you don't have any daughters, your partner, your girlfriend or partner is going through a lot of healing at this time. And so You need to feed that. Ask for what you want, my beautiful Aries. You got to speak up. And yes, after this eclipse, things are going to really shift for you for the better, for the better. But it all comes from you speaking up and making sure that you are expressing your needs. This eclipse may be showing this. And last but not least, I want to leave you with one last message here, my beautiful Aries, for this lunar eclipse, for Aries lunar eclipse on March. Surrender stress. You guys are stressed. This is stressing you out. This person may be stressing you out. The situation may be stressing you out. I gotta say, my beautiful Aries, you've been going through a little bit of a tough time. Before it was Mars retrograding, and now it's the situation with Venus retrograde. I get it, but do not let yourself get too stressed out. Okay, you need to take a lot of deep breaths in order for you to get the clarity that you need of what action to take with this. So when surrender to what is. Maybe this is what's causing you stress, is that you're still like, no, that couldn't have happened. No, it can't be. And you're like not surrendering to what is. What is that, yes, we're wearing false mask. What is that I'm not feeling fully, like I'm feeling this unrequited love. It's like we need to really just at least start from what is. And then from there, we can move forward. But denial is blocking it, okay? And surrender to creativity. This could be something really good, especially if you've gone through a lot of heartbreak, romantic pain, and things like this. Using your creativity can help you to soothe all those emotions. Using your creativity is also going to give you the idea of how to better your love life. Like if you did go through this, you have this unrequited love, you're not feeling it so much anymore, but you still want to have this relationship. It's going to take creativity and thinking outside the box for you to really get an amazing, to revive the flame and to revive this relationship. But it needs to come from this energy, my beautiful, beautiful Aries. Okay, Aries, these were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so, so much. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more personal message to your situation, then I suggest that you get a personal reading with me and definitely take advantage of this promo that I have right now. 45% off on my consultations. We can go deep into your compatibility, love life, future love, or any questions that you may have. I will answer them for you until you get the full clarity that you need in our session. So book one today in the description here below. Alrighty, my beautiful Aries, I also suggest the Sri Radha Krishna candle, magical candle that can bring and soothe the love. Also use it during the eclipse. Check it out in my shop. Alrighty, my beautiful Aries, those were your messages. I hope that helped. Love you guys so much. If you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to do our Tauruses. Wow, Taurus, we are here and you are having this massive eclipse, the first eclipse of 2025. Happening in your 4th house. And this is the beginning of the shift of nodes. You've been having most of these eclipses happening in your 5th and 11th house, but now we're going to begin the new cycle of the 4th and the 10th. So this eclipse is going to be like the beginning into it. And something is going on in your home life, okay? Something is going on in your home life with your mother, with your family. The shift is now going to be focused on your home matters. Something around your home life is ready to go through some sort of cleansing. Either you are living in a place where you don't really feel like you're going to grow. Maybe you've already outgrown this place, or maybe you no longer can squeeze any more out of that. So some of you guys may be thinking of shifting homes, changing states, changing countries even, to better go to a place that actually fulfills your soul. There could also be a lot of cleansings happening with your family. So if you've been going through pains of childhood pains, traumas from childhood, fights with parents, fights with, brothers or sisters, or just family in general, where you have not been able to forgive them for what they've done, then this is actually a fantastic time for you to go through the cleansing and the purging of all of this. To close this chapter on the pain of the past, and that you no longer identify yourself with the pain of the past. This is actually something that makes us mentally sick. Like, it is good to reflect, but when we identify ourselves so much with our wounds, we stay wounded forever. Because if you heal the wound, then who are you? If you are the wound. So yes, reflecting, looking back, understanding what happened, but understanding that you are not the wound, that wound is not your identity. You are soul spirit. That is your wound. That is your true constitution. That is who you really are. Soul spirit. And the soul spirit doesn't get caught up in material. This happened to me. This happened not. This didn't happen. This did happen. This is all ego. All ego oriented. And that's why we suffer. If we stay in that wound, we just suffer. And we live a life of victimization. So this is what it wants to cleanse out of you. That you can leave the past in the past. Yes, see it for what it is, but it doesn't truly identify you anymore. And that will also allow for you to make a better relationship with your family, to forgive your parents, to forgive your family, and make a better home where you actually feel more at home, where you actually feel more stable and more grounded and more happy. So this is a very, very important thing, my beautiful Taurus. Let's look a little bit deeper into your messages here for Taurus. What else do we have for Taurus for the energies of this eclipse, lunar eclipse for Taurus? And we have autumn. You see, from this is going to be a shift that is going to take 6 months. So from here to 6 months, you're really going to see this powerful transformation of your inner world. And, you know, and the importance of the inner world too, it's that it gives us that emotional security to go out in the world and make it happen. Because if you victimize yourself and you're constantly in these wounds, then you feel like the world is too big and scary. But this is going to liberate you. So I see you by autumn, you getting out of this pain, the past, really starting to move forward into the future. This is when you're going to see. The season of the autumn is going to be when you're going to see all the fruits coming. Where you like all the things that you've been wanting to happen family-wise, to feel at home, maybe moving, getting a new place. Maybe some of you Tauruses might even become a mother too. So it's a lot of this energy. By autumn, you should see this, okay? Wow, spiritual teacher, Taurus. Your life involves, your purpose in life involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Yes, Taurus, it's you. And that's the reason why you've gone through so many things in your past. That's the reason why you've gone through so many childhood issues. That's the reason why you have to go through the transmutation of these emotions and learning to come back home to yourself, to self-love, to God. A true self-empowerment of the spirit. And you can show this to others. Now, for others of you who are extremely disconnected from spirituality, not necessarily doing anything like that, you may just find a guru or a spiritual teacher in the next upcoming 6 months, which is also going to be very powerful. Healing the past for you, healing these family issues. You know, that's another reason why I love having a guru. Like, I love having my guru because it's my spiritual father. So my father, I love my father too, of course. But the spiritual father loves in a different way. In a different way. A spiritual father loves you to your soul, is the well-wisher of your soul. And of course, our parents also care about the soul, but our parents mainly want us to defend ourselves in this material world. So they teach us more of these material things. But a spiritual teacher, a guru, really teaches you about the spiritual world and God. You're the eternal father. So getting in contact with this and deepening these roots is going to no longer make you feel, especially, for example, you no longer have your parents with you, that you don't feel like an orphan. Nobody's meant to feel like an orphan. This is the reason why we have a spiritual father. This is the reason why we have God and Goddess. And last but not least, connect with nature. Taurus, you're going to be a little bit feeling all over the place. Make sure that you are grounding a lot during this time, during the eclipse. Ground your energies while you're doing the spiritual work. We have to always have that balance of, yes, working with the upper chakras, but making sure that we're connecting with nature in a healthy way, grounding so that that energy can really be channeled into the earth. So connecting with nature will be something really good for you during the next upcoming days or for the next upcoming 6 months. Now let's go a little bit deeper into this. What else do we have for Taurus when it comes to this lunar eclipse for Taurus, And we have, I'm going to pull these two. They wanted to come out. Wow. Surrender your need to always be right. I like this, Taurus. You know what? You know how you know if somebody's spiritually advanced? Humility. That's how you know if somebody's spiritually advanced. How much humility do they have? How much do they say that they do not know? Because that's humility. The fool who thinks is wise is a fool, and the fool who knows is a fool is wise. So my beautiful Taurus, during this time, especially with family members, especially at the home, you don't need to have the last word, okay? That's just going to cause more issues and problems. So release this energy of wanting to always be right. Also, release any beliefs of scarcity. That you didn't have that emotional connection, that you didn't have that daddy that loved you, or that mommy that loved you, or that this happened. Like, no scarcity. No scarcity. We are no longer going to look at all these things that we are missing and that we're lacking, because this is making us emotionally depleted. This is a matter of bringing our emotions and making ourselves content. I am content with what I have, because what I have is precious. I might not have everything, but I have more than others. And so therefore, I am abundant. And when we start actually identifying ourselves with soul, you're going to recognize that you're extremely rich, that the rest is just vanity. So this is also helping you to release any beliefs around scarcity, and it's helping you to surrender to a miracle. Wow, my beautiful Taurus, a miracle is happening here for you. The miracle of you fully healing, the miracle of you fully forgiving your parents, the miracle of fully leaving the past in the past, no longer identifying with it and feeling disconnected, and the miracle of no scarcity. Like, this is deep. I just want to pull one card for you here about love, because this is such a love-oriented eclipse. So what is the message of love for my beautiful Taurus for this eclipse, lunar eclipse for Taurus? And we have free yourself. Free yourself, Taurus. Free yourself from any victimizations, misconceptions from the past, any hurts, pains. Oh my God, my dad did this, my mom did that, like my family this, my family that. Like, release, free yourself. And if you're in a negative relationship that doesn't give you this emotional contentment, and that a partner that triggers all your abandonment issues, your childhood issues, and just makes it worse for you, free yourself. If you're in a codependent situation, free yourself, okay? But transformation of your emotional world is going to be happening here for you. Stay close to your mother. Your mother's going to guide you during this time. Alrighty, my beautiful Taurus, those were your messages. Remember, these are general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 50% off, 45% off, 45% off on my consultations. These consultations, 75-minute consultations, where we go deep into your natal chart, your current transits, love, compatibility, who you're currently seeing, not seeing, when are you going to see them, anything. You can ask me anything, and I'll give you the answers. And we will not stop until you get the clarity that you need. So book your consultation with me here today. Alrighty, my beautiful Taurus, those were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Now, and if you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I also suggest the Durga candle for you during this eclipse. That could really help you in releasing a lot of emotional baggages. And you can check that out in my shop. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Geminis. Welcome, Gemini, to your horoscope for this eclipse. This eclipse is going to be very powerful for you, my beautiful Gemini, because this eclipse, this lunar eclipse, will be happening for you in the sector of your 3rd house. And this is an important place for you, okay? This is your original house of communication. So you're about to go through a transformation on your mindset. You've been stubborn. You've been stuck in your ways. You've been stuck in some way of thinking, especially when it comes about love, when it comes about romance, when it comes about passions, when it comes about hobbies. There's been something here. And now you're ready for a new level. You're ready for you to transform your perception on love and relationships, on men and women, to better your life, to help you get what it is that you desire and want, to put your efforts where they are going to give you fruits, and to be courageous enough to express your heart. That is what this eclipse wants to do. So if you've been having any blocks in expressing your heart and expressing your passions and being authentically from your heart, living heart center, so that you're not just in your mind, but you are heart center, this is what this moon is all about. Now, we got to be cautious because there might be miscommunications. This is a fantastic moon for you to actually just finally express yourself, express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. Go ahead and write that love letter. Go ahead and reach out to that person. This requires courage. And if you've been feeling like I'm not that courageous in love, like I've been hiding my feelings, I don't express them too much, then this is coming to an end, because this is really coming from a fear of rejection or a fear of or immaturities in love, and this could have been affecting your love life. So now the time has come for you to really speak from the heart. This is what this eclipse is. It's like that you no longer are speaking from the mind, the ego, the expectations of other people or society, or what you think people want to hear, or what is the correct thing to say. Forget all of that. What does the heart of Gemini want to say? That is what this eclipse is all about. It wants you to express yourself truly from the heart, and that you are not blocking your heart from expressing itself. And that when you actually express your heart's needs, your heart's wants, your heart's desires, and you put effort into those things, you're going to get the good results. You're going to get the good results. Now let's pull some more cards here. There could also be a completion of some project that you've been putting a lot of effort in during this time. There could also be a completion to that, so congratulations. There could be a completion to this cycle of perception around love, around relationships, and around yourself too. All types of perceptions. So let's see, what do we have here for my beautiful Geminis when it comes to this lunar eclipse for Gemini, for this lunar eclipse? And we have, give your relationship a chance. You see, we have to work on our relationships. We have to work on them. We have to put effort on your relationships. As I was mentioning, Uttaraphalguni is teaching us that it's not compatibility, baby. First and foremost, like not even twins are compatible. Compatibility is yes, it's important, but it's not the everything. It is the affection. And affection requires effort. Oh, but why do I have to tell them I love them every day? Why do I have to tell them that they're beautiful every day? Why do I have to tell them how much they mean to me every day? Because that is what you're putting in your love life every single day. This is how you work on your relationship. This is how you nurture your relationship. Isn't it so much easier for you to communicate how you feel and just say, like, yeah, I love you so much. Of course you look gorgeous today. Of course you look so handsome today. Those little words go such a long way, Gemini. You don't have to wait to plan a very expensive trip so that the person can know how much you love them. No, you don't. Just simple words on a daily basis can make all the difference. And yes, that is working on your relationship on a daily basis. And it feeds it. It is the daily affection. It is a daily affection. Free yourself. Free yourself. If you've been feeling trapped, if you've been feeling like I haven't been able to express what I want to say, I wish that they can know how much they mean to me. I wish I knew how to express that to them. Some others of you may be feeling like, oh my God, this is so much effort. Maybe I don't even want to be in it. Yeah, you got to see the worth of it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it, or is it not worth it? So the time has come for you to take control over your life again, control over your thoughts, and that you're hands-on making it happen. And last but not least, yes, especially if we've been feeling like the chemistry is lowering, if there's less attraction, Well, if you don't want to be in unrequited love and wake up one day and be like, dude, I don't even know if I love this person anymore, then you have to put affection every single day. That is what it's like watering a plant. What, you expect that the plant is just going to water itself and give fruits all day every day without you even putting any effort? No, that's not how it works. Nothing in life works like that. So if you don't want to end up with unrequited love or a loveless relationship or just a settled relationship, then you have to work on your partnerships on a daily basis. And that is what's going to really blossom your love life, okay? I want to look a little bit deeper into your messages here, my beautiful Gemini. Another message for Gemini when it comes to this lunar eclipse. And we have birthday. So around your birthday, a rebirth is happening. When you have this transformation of your mind, is going to feel like a rebirth. There could be some birthday coming up and maybe you really want to make it very special. But this is allowing for a rebirth to happen in your love life and in your relationships. Wow, we also have spiritual teacher. This is teaching you a lot. There's a spiritual teacher around you, or you are going to find a spiritual teacher very soon, or your life has a purpose on teaching others about spirituality and healing. Okay, so this is helping you grow at a spiritual level. And by autumn, in 6 months from now, you're going to see the results of all of this if you put this effort. Okay, so don't give up. Don't give up. If you're currently single, you got to put effort. You got to get yourself out there. Mr. or Mrs. The one is not going to show up in your house and knock on the door. You got to get yourself out there and you got to put some efforts. And as you put effort, you're going to see that it's going to come to you. Communicate and express yourself from the heart. And be honest too. Don't like, oh, I'm single and I'm going to just be working on myself. I don't need nobody. But deep down inside, you really want to be with somebody. Don't live in denial. Okay? Surrender your beliefs around scarcity. Any feelings of lack, any feelings that I don't have enough, any feelings of, even if you feel not worthy for your partner, where you're just like, oh, I'm just not enough because I'm supposed to put more effort. No, it's not that. You are enough. And putting effort has nothing to do with your worth. Has nothing to do with it. Effortlessness. Interesting, the effort. And see it as effortlessness. Gemini, if you get too overwhelmed with like, oh my God, now all these things I have to do, all these demands, all these needs, like, don't take it like that. Take it as like, oh, it could be super effortless. Grabbing my girl from the back, giving her a kiss, making a nice meal for my man. Like, it could come from a place of effortlessness. If you see it from, I get to demonstrate and express my love to my partner instead of like, oh, I have to express my love. Make it effortless. And denial, you're right there saying, I don't know what you're talking about, Vinodini. Surrender the denial, Gemini. The denial that you want a relationship that is so easy that you don't even have to lift a finger. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. And these misconceptions, mental misconceptions that you may have around love life are also coming to an end with this eclipse. Alrighty, my beautiful Gemini, those were your messages. Now remember, these are general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 45% off consultations right now. In the description here below, you're going to find the promo code to get your consultation. So we're going to have a 75-minute consultation deep into your natal chart, current transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you like: love, destiny, money, career, or anything under the sun. And I get to answer all of them until you get the clarity that you need. So make sure to book one today in the description here below. Alrighty, my beautiful Geminis, those were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. I would truly say that the Sri Radha Krishna candle in my shop can really help you guys during this time. Alrighty, my beautiful Gemini, if you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Cancers. Welcome, Cancer, to your horoscope for this upcoming powerful lunar eclipse. And for you, my beautiful Cancer, this is going to be a big one because your planet is the moon, so you're really going to be feeling it. And for you, it's going to be happening in the second house of money. Wow. Powerful times, my beautiful Cancer. This is bringing an end or a conclusion to something that has to do with your finances, okay? This deals with your finances, which is directly connected to your self-esteem and your self-worth. So this could also be ending any sort of insecurities in your life right now. It could also be ending any sort of low self-esteem, lack of self-esteem, feeling less than others, comparing yourself to others, feeling like you're not making the money that you wish to make, feeling like maybe you're not making the money how you wish you could be making it. But it's directly connected to your self-worth and your finances. And this is going to be the beginning, okay, of how you're going to go for the next upcoming months. This is kind of introducing these new topics to your life, the focus on kind of cleansing also your conceptions around money. Because maybe others of you may be chasing so much money that you are not seeing what's important in life. And you may just think that what's most important in life is making money. But there's more to life than just making money. So your relationship with money is also going to go through a transformation the next upcoming 6 months here, Capricorn, Cancer. It wants you to have a better relationship with money. It wants you to have a relationship that is healthy, where you're not chasing it, where you're not rejecting it, where you're not condemning it, where you're not glorifying it and worshiping it. No. It's just a relationship with the material world that is a healthy relationship where you understand that you are a spirit soul having a material experience and that the material is not the end of be all. Okay, so there's going to be a transformation here in your finances and how you approach your finances, how you go about your finances, and what it is that you perceive and feel in your relationship with your finances. Very, very important. Now, the one thing I would say, Cancer, this is not the time for you to do any risky investments, risky things where you buy something really expensive. Like save your money. Keep your pocket tight, at least for the month of March. If you need to buy something or are interested in buying something, do more research during this time and buy it in April, okay? Now let's see, what are some other messages that we have here that we have for Cancer when it comes to this lunar eclipse for Cancer? And we have savings. You see, I'm telling you, you got to save. You got to save your money right now, my beautiful Cancer. Save your money, no risky investments. If it sounds too good to be true, it's because it probably is. If they tell you, oh, you put this money and then you get 500 times more, don't, not right now. This is not the time, especially in eclipse season. We're not seeing things right. We're not seeing things correctly. Just keep your wits about you and save money, save for your future. We also have donations, tithing, and charitable work. Your relationship with money. Are you giving money? Are you donating money? Are you being of charity? Do you sometimes do some volunteer work? If you've been making a lot of money, make sure that you're giving back and that you're not just hoarding it. And if you are currently going through a hard time when it comes to finances, then it's most probably because you're giving your work away for really, really cheap. And this is lowering your self-esteem. So maybe the time has come for you to charge more. Maybe ask a friend what they think that the value of your service is, or your product, or whatever you're selling, because I think you're selling it very low. And we also have pay yourself first. So all these things are trying to help you to boost your own sense of self-worth, okay? That I'm paying myself first. When you get your paycheck, out of this paycheck, 20% out of this paycheck, I'm paying myself and I'm putting it in my savings, and that is how I pay myself. And it's going to boost your energy. Also, like Cancer, bring your energy back to yourself. I feel like you've been trying to get a lot of validation from the external world, and this has depleted your confidence, has depleted your self-esteem, Cancer. So put yourself first, pay yourself first, give yourself the sense of worth. If you feel like, oh, I don't have anything special, then that's it. You don't have anything special, period. Because nobody's going to come here and get it out of you. You have to do that. You have to bring out your speciality, your gold, and bring it to the world. It's your duty. It's everybody, every individual jiva has to deal with that. So it would be something good for you to start putting some energy into yourself. Give yourself a sense of self-worth. Don't just like, oh, I don't do anything special, nothing. No. If you don't give yourself that worth, nobody else is going to be able to perceive it or give it to you. Now let's see some other messages here for my beautiful Cancers. Another message for Cancer for this lunar eclipse. Practice, practice, practice. It's a practice, baby. Right now, you may be feeling a little bit shy, insecure, like, okay, I'm not that type of person. I like to put other people before me. I'm not used to I'm not used to accepting praise. I'm not used to giving myself such a sense of self-worth. I'm not used to paying myself first. I'm not used to saving. I'm not used to asking for more money, whatever it is. It's a practice. It's a practice. Do it on a daily basis. Don't give up just because on the first try you're so anxious. On the second try, it's going to be less anxiety. And then less, and then less, and then less. And the more you give that energy to yourself and the more you feel that sense of self-worth, then one day you're no longer going to have to practice it. It's just going to come naturally. And that's where we want to get to. And I do want to see one message here on love. If there's any love affecting your money life at this time, or money affecting your love life. What do we have for Cancer for the lunar eclipse? And we have, you got to work on your relationship. You got to give your relationship a chance, and you got to put effort. Practice, practice, practice. It's a practice. It's a practice to work on your love life. It's a practice to give your a sense of self-worth. It's a practice to not look for validation outside of yourself or from your partner, and to give yourself that. Everything is a practice. But don't give up on your relationship. You got to put energy and work on your relationship, and it's going to get really, really good for you, my beautiful Cancer, okay? But I'm seeing shifts and transformations in your money life. And the more you work on having a better relationship with the material world, or transforming your relationship with money, you're going to see that this eclipse is going to be very beneficial for you. Alrighty, my beautiful Cancers, I hope that helped. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more personal message about your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 45% off consultations that I have right now. You can book one in the description here below with the promo code that I have. 75-minute session going deep into your natal chart, transits, as well as ask me as many questions as you will like until you get the clarity that you deserve. So make sure to book one today in the description here below. Alrighty, my beautiful Cancers, I hope that these messages have helped. I suggest for you the Lakshmi candle that could really help in transforming your relationship with money. In the description below, you will find my shop to get that candle. Alrighty, Cancer, these were your messages. I hope that they help. If you like them, give them a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to do our beautiful Leos. Dun, 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 my beautiful Leo. Oh my goodness gracious. We are starting this Leo season. This eclipse Leo season starts with this eclipse Leo. And the number one thing I want to get you ready for, get ready, because you're about to go through a massive, powerful transformation. And this is just the beginning. Okay, it's not just the transformation is not going to end in 6 months. This transformation is going to take 18 months. Okay. But my beautiful Leo, if you trust the process, you're going to become more authentic than ever before. And Leo, you need this because you've been going through a lot of things, especially when it comes to relationships. This past 2.5 years has not been an easy situation. You had to learn a lot of things around relationships. So this eclipse is allowing for you to release any misconceptions of who you think you are, or any misconceptions of how people perceive you to be. So I'm going to be super honest with you, Leo. These next 18 months are going to happen. By the end of this 18 months, you might not even recognize yourself. And it might be a little scary. And even the people around you may be like, oh my God, Leo, who are you? You are just transforming in such a fast rate. And I want you to trust this process, Leo. I want you to trust this process, because what's currently happening is a massive purge of identity. If you adopted things in your identity from other people, from other people's expectations, from expectations of society, from expectations of your parents, your loved ones, whatever, this is a time where life is going to give you a hiatus for you to completely come back to the core of who you truly are. Talking about peeling the layers of the onion. And in this process, you might change your mind about many things. Maybe in the past, you were like, you know what, I never want to be a mother. And after this process, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I actually do want to be a mother. So at the end of it all, it's going to make you more authentic. And you're really going to see who's really your friends, who's really the people that truly love you, that are not there to get something from you, that are not there, that need you to stay in a certain identity. No. When you start peeling the layers of this onion out and you start actually showcasing who you really are, you're really going to see who really your friends are. Who's truly, truly a will-wisher of Leo. So I want you to trust this process, Leo. This can bring transformations in your body. I wouldn't say to do any transformations like plastic surgery or anything like this because Venus is retrograding, so don't do that. So it's more of a focus on your identity, your personality, what do you come across as, what is it that you've adopted from others that it's not really who you are, and to really come into a more authentic space within yourself, okay? But this, get ready, Leo, you are going to go through a massive spiritual awakening, okay? Let's see what do we have here for my beautiful Leos when it comes to this eclipse, lunar eclipse. Say goodbye to the old and hello to the new. Oh yes, this is a massive point where it's like the past is the past. That old Leo, bye-bye old Leo. A new Leo is about to emerge. And if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen because this new Leo is coming out roaring like a lion and lioness, of course. And spring, yeah, this eclipse is going to really start marking this period of transformation for you. Go for it, my beautiful Leo. Don't hold yourself back. Totally allow yourself to go through this massive transformation. And your desires within reach, have faith. Have faith that if you allow yourself to be more authentic, it's going to be beneficial for you and everybody around you, okay? So have faith that whoever's meant to be with you will stay. Have faith that if you actually become more authentic, you will be happier. You don't have to keep playing pretenses. So let's see, what's another message here for my beautiful Leos when it comes to this eclipse for Leo? And in love, finances and career affecting your love life. Either some of my Leos are working way too much and you're not having enough time with your loved ones, and this is affecting your love life. Others of you are in a relationship and money is a factor here. So this may come up very strongly during this eclipse, where it's saying we need to organize this financial situation, love situation, put these things in order because they're starting to clash or they're starting to now work with each other. Okay, so that's something for finances and career. Now let's look a little bit into your finances. What is the best message for Leo for is their finances for this eclipse? And we have deservingness. I love this for you, Leo. That is what this eclipse and the next 18-month transformation is doing for you, is really giving you that sense of deservingness, that you deserve it. You deserve love. You deserve truth. You deserve to be loved for who you are, that you don't have to be something else. Deservingness. You're a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. So open up. You're ready to be deserving. And if there's any layers that are not allowing you to feel deserving, that is what this eclipse is trying to eradicate for you. Last but not least, let's see your final messages, my beautiful Leo, for this powerful lunar eclipse for Leo. For Leo lunar eclipse, and we have effortlessness. Yes, so that you make your life more effortless, Leo. That you don't have to, because when we are pretending to be something that we're not, or we're not living from a very, very most authentic place in our lives, we feel drained. We feel extremely drained. So, and I'm not saying, Leo, that you're not an authentic person. I'm not saying that. Please don't take it personal. Don't take it like I'm accusing you of something. No. What I'm saying is that this is an amazing opportunity for you to become even more authentic. You thought that you're most authentic now? you're about to go through a process of even more authenticity. So let it be effortless. That is a clue. Which ones are effortless? What are my friends that are effortless to be with? Those are my people. The ones that I have to overextend myself, overdo, over be this, over be that. Those are not the types of people. And that goes for everything in your life. So surrender to effortlessness, surrender denial. For those of you right now, Leo saying, I don't know what you're talking about, Vinodini. I'm a super authentic person and all my friends are perfect and I surrender the denial. Okay, my beautiful Leo, surrender the denial. Accept people and situations exactly for what they are, and then you be able to have better understanding of your relationships and your life. So surrendering denial is very important, and beliefs around scarcity. Wow, this one keeps coming up. Everybody's going to release this victimization. I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough attitude. It's ready to come to an end, my beautiful Leo. Do not victimize yourself. You are deserving. And even if you stay in situations that are scarce, you deserve so much more. You deserve so much more. You don't have to settle. So there's infinite abundance for you that is ready to be tapped in with this eclipse. Alrighty, my beautiful Leos, those were your messages for this upcoming powerful eclipse in your sign. I hope that they help. And remember that these are general messages. Leo, I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 45% off consultations that I have this month for this eclipse season. Definitely take advantage. 75-minute session where we go deep into your natal chart, your current transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you like so that you can get the clarity that you need today to move forward in life with confidence. So make sure to book one today. In the description here below, you will find it. Alrighty, my beautiful Leos, those were your messages. I hope that they help. Remember, these are general messages. If you like them, give them a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And for you, I highly suggest the Durga candle that can really help you in your transmutation of self. You can find that in my shop. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Virgos. Welcome, Virgo, to your horoscope for this lunar eclipse, March 14th, 2025. And this eclipse will be happening for you in the sector of your 12th house. Whoa, this is going to be a spiritual one for you, my beautiful Virgo. You're going to be going through a massive spiritual awakening with the energies of this eclipse. This is trying to bring an end, a massive concluding ending to your life. And not like a bad ending, like a good ending, like an ending that you need. And if you trust it, you will be very happy. And this is not, I mean, it could be a physical ending, maybe an ending of a relationship, an ending of a job, but it could also be more than anything, an ending to an attitude, to a way of being, to some subconscious pattern that has been stuck in your aura for a very, very long time. You're ready to kind of release and liberate yourself from this baggages, this emotional baggages of the past, these things that you may be carrying from the past. These pains is like liberating yourself from the chains of the past is really what this eclipse wants to do for you. And it wants to really begin a new era for you. And you've been in this process. You've been in this process of transmutation, transformation very, very strongly. And also, especially when it comes to love, you're also going through a transformation here, my beautiful Virgo, to really tap into that Uttaraphalguni energies of affection and love and really solidifying commitments in your life. So you having this eclipse is like saying, okay, whatever's not allowing for you to have that full-on commitment that is really going to make you happy needs to be released. If you're currently in a relationship, you guys have history. This is a great time to heal the past, heal the relationship from whatever misconceptions that happened in the past. So very spiritual time. I highly suggest that you do a lot of mantras. You definitely have to do this. Mantras, spiritual work, and also to be in isolation. You need some time alone. You need some time for yourself. Your dreams are going to be very vivid. You may start having some visions of things that are going to come to you very strongly. So write them down. Have a little journal of all these. Your imagination is very active at this time, and you're picking up on some very powerful premonitions and revelations. Very, very amazing. So let's go a little bit deeper into these messages, my beautiful Virgo. What do we have for Virgo for this upcoming lunar eclipse for my beautiful Virgos? And we have surrender to silence. You see, silence. That's where you're going to find a lot of the answers. Your spiritual silence, in meditation, in contemplation. This is a fantastic time to do this. A lot of things from that you've been suppressing are going to come to the surface. So we need a lot of peace. We need a lot of silence. That is going to help you to transmute those energies. And they're resurrecting fears from the past, fears that have been stuck in your body. Like somatic healing could be fantastic for you as well. But there's some fearful stories you're telling yourself. And they're coming and originating from the past, originating from fear. So life here is saying, quiet that, silence those chatters in your mind that are actually just causing more fear, and silence those things and focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. This eclipse is trying to eradicate your fears. Definitely get the Durga candle. Definitely get the Durga candle, my beautiful Virgos. That's going to help you so much in helping and fighting your inner demons of any of these fears. Fears, Durga. Okay, so check it out, Mahakali candle. It's in my shop. So we have here, surrender your need to always be right. This attitude of know-it-all, this attitude of I have the last word and I don't listen to anybody else because I'm the one that has all the answers. Be careful with this, my beautiful Virgo. This is allowing for some more humility to come into your heart. And if you listen to others without needing to give them solutions or save them or be right about something, this is going to be so much better for you. So release this need to want to save everything and everyone. Release this need to, I have to show up like I'm perfect. If not, I'm unworthy. Like these things are ready to be released, okay? Learn from others. Get curious with others. What's another message in love when it comes to Virgo for this eclipse for Virgo? Let go of control issues. You see, love matters. There's a lot of controlling. There's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of, I'm trying to fix my partner. I'm trying to shape my partner. I'm trying to, these things. And it's too much controlling. Too much controlling. But then you're like, well, if I don't control, I feel fearful. I don't feel secure. Well, we got to learn to be uncomfortable, to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. But there's definitely this energy of let go of control issues. They're affecting your love life and they're not allowing for your love life to become better at this time. So release these energies, my beautiful Virgo. It's going to help you. Just let it go. And you'll see the moment you let go of control, everything falls in its place and everything looks so much better. And one message here for your money life. What do we have for Virgo when it comes to money for this eclipse? And we have deservingness. Yes, feeling truly deserving. And if there's anything in your subconscious that is not allowing for you to fully feel deserving, that you feel like I have to control because I'm not that deserving. I have to manipulate. I have to shape so that I have control because that's the only way that I feel deserving. No, baby. Sit down in silence. Let go of the fears. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of these control issues and really focus on that you deserve love. You deserve a good partner. You deserve a healthy relationship. You deserve to not be in control, anxiety, saving people. You deserve to be in peace and to have a peaceful relationship, my beautiful Virgo. Okay? So Virgo, those were your messages for this upcoming powerful eclipse. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. If you guys remember that these are general readings, if you guys would like to have a more personal reading to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my promotion. Right now, 45% off on my consultations, 75-minute consultation where we go deep into your natal chart, your current transits, your future, what's about to happen, and you can ask me as many questions as you like from love, relationships, money, destiny, past lives, and so much more. So make sure to book your session today in the description here below using the promo code. Alrighty, my beautiful Virgos, those were your messages. I really hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember that the Durga candle could be very good for you during this time in transmuting all these energies. Check it out in my shop. And if you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Libras. Welcome, Libra, to your horoscope. Libra, this is a powerful time for you, my beautiful Libra, where we are going to be having this eclipse happening for you in the sector of your 11th house of dreams and aspirations, of friendships, of networks. And this is a very powerful time where maybe, Libra, you're a very sociable person, okay? You're a very sociable person. You have a lot of friends. You're the public relations person of the zodiac. So everybody knows you and you know everybody. But this could be a time where life is saying the time has come for you to kind of upgrade your friendships, upgrade your networks of people to more mature and more reliable people. People that you actually admire, people that you actually wish to be like, people that have the results that you're looking for, and that you start associating with people that are actually of this quality, of this caliber. That it's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of quality, especially when it comes to friendships and networks. So this could be a time where life is kind of purging you a little bit from toxic relationships. You may be detoxifying from friendships at this time. And also, if there was maybe a friend who's in love with you and they want something more than just friendship, this could be coming up at this time right now. Others of you who maybe want to go back to being friends with somebody, this could also happen as well. But friendships are transforming here for you. And as you change your circle of friends, as you maybe go through a transformation of your circle of friends, your dreams and aspirations are also going to go through a transformation of what it is that you want and deserve. So now let's see, what do we have for my beautiful Libras when it comes to their energies for this lunar eclipse for Libra? And we have affirmations, Libra. So affirm what it is that you desire. A lot of communication is very important for you at this time. And you know, if you go on a little holiday trip, that is where I see that you're going to be meeting a new group of people, a new group of friends, or you're going to get into a new community. Maybe you've been wanting to get into a new community, so you go on a holiday or a retreat or some sort of vacation that allows you to be around these people that are these groups of people that are helping you and encouraging you to move forward in life. So there's definitely a lot of this energy. What your communication and what you affirm is very, very important. Okay, so I surround myself with successful people. I attract successful people in my life. I attract people who are inspirational. I attract people who are willing to collaborate with me and they're not selfish with me. These affirmations could be something very fantastic for you at this time. So make sure that you're utilizing your affirmations correctly. By winter of this year, you're going to be seeing that you're going to be in a whole other situation, my beautiful Libra, when it comes to your friends, your groups of people, and when it comes to your dreams and aspirations. By winter of this year, there might be a renovation. Now, if you've been going through a solitude time where you've just been very antisocial or not having many friends or feeling kind of stuck, then this eclipse is going to transform that as well, and it's going to allow for these energies to be transmuted and for you to be able to have a better relationship, social relationships. Okay, let's look a little bit deeper into your love life here when it comes to Libra. What do we have for Libra for this eclipse? For Libra, what do we have for Libra for this eclipse? And we have unrequited love, Libra. So some of you guys have been feeling like there's just not enough chemistry or attraction to keep a relationship going. So, or you've been attracting a bunch of people that you don't really feel like you're so into. Be patient with yourself during this time. Work on affection. Work on putting a lot of love and affection into your love life, into your relationships, into your friendships. It's worth waiting. It's worth having it, okay? Especially if you feel like your relationship has gone through a very tough time and now there's like lack of love. This eclipse is trying to reignite that passion and that energy, okay? If you're currently single, there's worth waiting for. Love is coming to you very soon. But the number one thing you have to do, my beautiful Libra, is stay optimistic about your love life. That's why the affirmations are everything. That you stay optimistic, that you are expressing good things, that you are saying happy things about your love life. Because the moment that you start, degrading your relationship or saying like, oh, I'm never going to get somebody, I'm never going to have somebody, like this is what really blocks your energy, my beautiful Libra. So be very cautious with that. Let's look a little bit deeper for Libra when it comes to this eclipse. What's another message for Libra for this lunar eclipse? And we have effortlessness, denial. Man, everybody's in this vibe. We keep getting this these cards and beliefs around scarcity. You guys see me shuffle these cards. This is the main thing. It's like, what is the denial around love? What is the scarcity that you don't feel like you're getting in relationships, in love, or in friendships even? And also, may your relationships be more effortless. May your love life be more effortless. Okay? And if you feel like, well, if I don't put that much effort, then I'll just end up alone. Well, maybe those people are not really the people. Like, you don't have to bend yourself freaking backwards to make something happen. And also the way you perceive it, that if you start perceiving it as like there's scarcity, oh, there's no way that this can be fixed, there's no way that we can fix this, like it's already been terrible, like release this. You can change it day by day in an effortless way. You can release this and release the denial. Accept people exactly for what they are and situations exactly for what they are, so that you can make better decisions in the future. But if we're still in denial, it makes it very difficult for us to make a concrete decision. Okay? I just want to pull one card here for you when it comes to money for my beautiful Libras. What are some other messages for Libra when it comes to money for this eclipse for Libra? And we have get close to nature, Libra. Get out of the house, get close to nature, ground yourself. That's going to be something really good. And money-wise, even gardening can really help you to see that things take time to grow and that eventually they do give fruits for you. Don't give your energy away for free. Make sure that you're getting back a lot of what you're putting in, that you're getting back what you're putting in. And also, your dreams are going to be very vivid, and you may be having a lot of dreams, vivid dreams, or even daydreaming about these dreams and aspirations that you have. They're going through a transformation. You may be shifting what you thought you wanted, or maybe you've accomplished some dreams and aspirations, so now you're ready to renew your dreams and aspirations, Libra. You're ready for a new chapter here, my beautiful Libra. Alrighty, Libra, these were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a specific message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my promo right now, 45% off on my consultations that I have this month because of this eclipse special. It's a 75-minute session where we go deep into your chart, deep into your current transits, and as well as asking me as many questions as you like about love, money, relationships, career, and so much more until you get the clarity that you need today in order to move forward into your best future. So make sure to book your session with me here today in the description below. Alrighty, my beautiful Libra, those were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember that they're general, and if you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Scorpios. Welcome, Scorpio. And for you, my beautiful Scorpio, this lunar eclipse is going to be happening in a super important placement of your chart, which is your 10th house of career. Get ready, my beautiful Scorpio, because in the next upcoming 18 months, this is the eclipse that is going to mark the beginning of a massive transformation in your career. Now, of course, it's going to be different for everybody according to where they are in their career, but this is supposed to be something very, very good for you, my beautiful Scorpio. It's trying to close maybe a bad cycle in career, or close a cycle where you weren't able to reach your goals, or you haven't been able to really get in alignment with your true purpose in life, or you just been confused or finding yourself not very happy in your workplace. This eclipse is trying to bring closure to that, and it's trying to illuminate your career, but illuminating it by simplifying it, especially if maybe you've been feeling very confused. The eclipse here is trying to peel the untruths of your relationship and try to get to the core of your true purpose in life. So if you are in a process right now where you're trying to find out, what is my purpose in life? What did I come here to do? Am I in the right line of career? Like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Then this eclipse is going to bring you a lot of illuminations to this. If you are currently in your career business and you've been working at it for some time, and you hit the ceiling with something, this eclipse is gonna open up for a more expansive energy to happen in your career. Now, also, Scorpio, if there's been too much obsession or too much like toxic energy in your environment around career, or toxicity around your beliefs around career, then this is also going to go through a massive purification, my beautiful Scorpio, where it's going to simplify things for you. So if you were outgrown, for example, a job that you don't like, that you hate the boss, and then this is definitely a time where this eclipse can definitely start bringing closure to this. If you are an entrepreneur working for yourself, starting a business of some sort, or been working on a business of some sort, anything that is not allowing for this to really get to the next level, this eclipse is going to allow it to be transmuted. It's going to open up the gates for success to truly coming into your life. And it's very powerful. Let's look into your cards, my beautiful Scorpio. I mean, this is amazing. Career moves that you make right now are going to be so significant and so powerful, that are going to bring massive transformations in your life for the next upcoming 6 months to a year. So let's look a little bit deeper. And this is the beginning of these transformations in the next 18 months, that you're going to go through a transmutation of your career, a transformation into your career, into your soul purpose. So let's see, what is the energies of Scorpio with this lunar eclipse? Okay. All right, Scorpio. So I'm going to be honest with you. This eclipse is going to make you feel a little bit cray-cray. Like, you're going to be feeling quite sensitive. You're going to be feeling intense. Maybe some of you guys finally decide to know what your career is, and you're like, okay, I decided I want to do this career and I want success now. So you're going to have to take your time, okay? Whatever changes you decide to make, or however you want to go about it, just go with the flow, step by step. Don't try to finish the race in a day. Don't try to become extremely successful in a day, in a week. Like, understand that it's going to be a process, and that you're in for the long run, and that you're here for the journey. You're not just here for that ending. You're here for the journey. That's what makes it successful. What makes it successful is not that you get the applause at the end and you get an award. What makes it successful is that you feel fulfilled through every single step of the way, that the journey has fulfilled you so much. If some of you guys are still feeling confused, not knowing what should I do, what should I not do, traveling can be very good for you, my beautiful Scorpio. Maybe some of you guys need to travel. Maybe because you've been so focused and about the career, maybe you need some travels, you need some space away. But the travels are actually going to bring you a lot of insights, and they're going to clear your mind, and they're going to give you a lot of positivity, and it's going to bring you kind of the enlightenment and the realizations that you need around your career. And this is a time where this eclipse is trying to bring back your power, my beautiful Scorpio, that you feel powerful through the purpose that you're doing in life, that you feel powerful with what it is that you're bringing to the world, and that you don't feel debilitated, that you don't feel like, oh, I can never make that success, or, oh, everybody's so ahead of me, or, oh, I'm already so behind, or no, don't disempower yourself. Empower yourself in your career, empower yourself. You have the abilities to make this happen. You just have to be patient, okay? Yes, be powerful, but consistent, and stay focused, and you'll get there, and it's going to be worth it. Even though it's going to take time, even though it might take the longer route, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be solid. It's going to be real. Let's go a little bit deeper into your career here. What are the messages for Scorpio? Whoa, okay, I'm giving you those. Scorpio, you got to do the work. You see, there's no shortcuts. Don't try to wreck your brain trying to figure out, ooh, okay, I'm trying to be successful in 5 days. How did I do this? No. Do the work step by step, day by day, moment by moment, month by month, quarter by quarter. Especially if you're building something on your own. Like, let's say you wanna start a channel, you wanna start a social media. It's work. Do the work. So it's going to be good for you, Scorpio. Those of you who have been doing the work, it's going to be good. Also, you're serving vows of poverty. I like this. Scorpio, if you have any misconceptions about your destiny with money or destiny with success because of other people's opinions or what your parents have said to you, or it could be something from your past or some trauma or something that keeps you small, and it's like, oh, I'm just never going to make more money than this, or I'm just going to be at this level forever, like my parents were middle class or poor, and so I'm also going to stay in there. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be like that. Serve your vows of poverty. That is not your story. You get to reinvent your story of success with this powerful transformational lunar eclipse. And you don't have to do it alone. Cooperation instead of competition, my beautiful Scorpio. You don't have to do it all alone. Learn to work together in teams. Learn to cooperate and learn to work with the right people. And you're going to see that it's going to be extremely fulfilling for you when it comes to your career. Okay? Now let's look a little bit deeper. I do want to see how this is going to affect your love life. And I guess this is the one. Romantic feelings, my beautiful Scorpio. I don't think your love life is doing pretty well right now because your Jupiter is in the 7th house, giving you some good vibes here. But romantic feelings, baby, what you're feeling is real and is worth exploring. Even the feelings that you have around career, where you're just like, I always loved cooking, but I never thought that I could be a chef or something. Like, follow your feelings, Scorpio. You're a water sign. You're not a logic sign. It has to feel good. It has to feel right. It has to feel in alignment. So and even if you feel like, oh, this job is just not, and these feelings are telling you like, this job is just not for me anymore, listen to your feelings. They're worth exploring, okay? Also with your partner, express your feelings, show your feelings. This is going to be really good for the relationship. Let's go a little bit deeper here for my beautiful Scorpios. What is another message that I have for Scorpio for this lunar eclipse? So we have surrender to what is. So that's the feelings. Surrender to what is. What is the truth of the situation? What is the truth of your heart? Are you really into this career or are you not into it? Are you really feeling like you're fulfilling your soul's mission or are you not really? So it's like, first we need to get to this point of this is what it is and this is where I am. And when we accept that, then we can bring peace to ourselves and we can also bring new opportunities and better choices. And surrender to miracles, my beautiful Scorpio. It seems like there's going to be a miracle happening in your career. Just when you thought that you had no answers, or just when you thought that fears of failure, fears of success, or whatever, like boom, miracles happen. So open yourself up to miracles because miracles are here for you, my beautiful Scorpio. And we also have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So getting closer to nature, especially during this eclipse, is going to be very good for you. It's going to help you to turn off all the misconceptions and it's going to help you get grounded and it's going to help you to really see things for what they are. So, and it's going to relax you and rejuvenate you. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you, my beautiful Scorpio. There might be a little bit of a pulled away right now from your career because this eclipse is going to start kind of purging out what no longer is needed in your career, or in anything that is holding you back from your true soul purpose. So you may be feeling a little disconnected, and that's totally okay. That's totally normal. Keep going. It's not going to be like this forever. And understand that God right now is really helping you to get in alignment with his divine will, with the divine will of your soul. Like the soul is the servant of God, and God has a mission for you, and it's just tapping into that soul, and the soul will tell you this is your mission. If you're honest with your heart, if you're honest with your emotions, if you're sincerely honest with yourself, and you work from the heart, from the heart space, not from the mind, not from the ego, then that is definitely going to open up the doors for you to feel that sense of fulfillment in your career. Alrighty, my beautiful Scorpios, those were your messages for this upcoming lunar eclipse. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message, then I highly suggest that you get a personal reading with me, 45% off on consultations for this eclipse season. Definitely take advantage of it. 75-minute session where we go deep into your chart. We also go deep into the transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you like, from love, career, destiny, purpose, soul purpose, and so much more. And we don't stop until you get all the clarity that you need from this session. So make sure to book your session today. In the description below, use the promo code. Alrighty, my beautiful Scorpios, those were your messages. I highly suggest the Lakshmi candle that could help you with bringing a lot of abundance and prosperity into your career. That is in my shop. That was all the messages for you today, my beautiful Scorpio. If you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That would mean the world to me. And remember that they're general messages. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Scorpios. Welcome, Scorpio, to your horoscope for this lunar eclipse. And this is going to be a very powerful lunar eclipse for you, my beautiful Scorpio. I mean, not Scorpio, Sagittarius. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. Saggies, my Saggies. This is your lunar eclipse horoscope, Sagittarius, and it's going to be happening in your 9th house. Wow, this is an important house for you, Saggy. This is the original house of Sagittarius, the 9th house. And so this is a personal thing. This is really going to be a powerful eclipse for you that is helping you to release any self-limiting beliefs that are not allowing for you to tap into your divine dharma, that are not allowing for you to have a deeper relationship with God. Why do I talk about God? Because this is the house of God. This is the house of the divine. This is the house of your higher self. This is the house of religion and philosophy. So you're about to go through a purge, a transformation around your belief systems and misconceptions around your belief system. So for example, if you have issues with religion, I hear this a lot. I'm spiritual, not religious. I hear this a lot. Why? Because there's some trauma around religion, some trauma around Christianity, Catholicism, whatever. There's some trauma there where, or you heard from other people that religion was bad, and so you just adopted it. But anyways, these misconceptions around belief systems are going to be eradicated with this eclipse. It's trying to help you to have a deeper relationship with God. And why is this important, Sagittarius? Because Sagittarius, you are the original ruler of the 9th house. You are the one who teaches the world how to have faith. You, Saggy, you are the original priest. So imagine a priest that doesn't believe in God. Imagine an atheist priest, like a priest that doesn't have connection to the divine. It's a bogus person. It's a bogus. You don't listen to that person. It's like a hypocrite, right? So this is the things that are being transformed for you, my beautiful Sagittarius. It's the time has come for you to have a better relationship with God and your dharma and divinity, and to have better belief systems. Like if there's sabotaging belief systems, like if you have the belief system of like, oh, you know, I'm just better being single for the rest of my life, or I'm a very complicated person, so that's why people break up with me, or any belief systems that are just these misconceptions, then this is what's being eradicated for you. Also, if you've been losing faith, like Saggy, if you're like, oh, you know, I just don't believe that I'm gonna find the one anymore. I've been waiting for so long that I've lost faith, or I lost faith that whatever, any place where you have lost faith in good things happening in your life, and that you've been so much about effort in your own efforts. It's like the time has come for you to receive some mercy, Saggy. Receive the mercy, baby. Open your arms towards the mercy so that it could be effortless, because life is it's an equation of both effort and mercy. It cannot just be effort all the time. For example, let's say you're a musician and you've taken 7 years of a lot of effort to learn how to play an instrument. You can stay in your garage and in your room for the rest of your life, and it's not until you have the mercy of somebody who likes how you play, who likes the music that you create, that mercy, somebody believing in you, that now you can get to the next level. So it's very much composed of both. It can't just be one or the other. So my beautiful Saggy, this is a powerful eclipse that is going to open up the gates of faith, the gates of hope. It's going to eradicate anything that is not allowing you to get closer to God or your Dharma. And it's going to help you to really bring a new sense of expansion in your life. Alrighty, my beautiful Sagittarius, let's see. Let's pull some cards here for you now and then see how this eclipse is really going to affect you. So what do we have for Sagittarius for this upcoming lunar eclipse? Your love life is about to get so much better, and your wish is granting itself. And I really have a feeling it has to do with your love life. As I've been mentioning, and you guys stay tuned because I am going to be doing a video specifically for when Jupiter, your planet, goes into Gemini, and that is going to be an incredible time for your relationships. So this eclipse is already going to start opening the doors of that expansion in your love life. So wherever it is that you are in your love life, if it's good or bad, wherever it may be, it's going to get really, really nice from here. Your wish is granted. So whatever it is that you're wishing for this lunar eclipse, you will see it coming through. This springtime, starting with this eclipse, things are really going to transform for you. Let's pull one card here of love here for you for Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius when it comes to love for this lunar eclipse? And we have, yes, no more unrequited love, no more of this loveless relationships, or where somebody loves the other more than the other, or there's a disbalance in attraction and chemistry, or you're only dating people because of what they look like and their attraction. It's like you're deepening your real connections. And so I see that this eclipse is going to bring an end to this unrequited love relationships. Now let's see with your money. What do we have for Sagittarius for this lunar eclipse? And we have employment change. There could be some changes around. You may be making some changes. Don't be afraid of these changes, or whatever the eclipse brings at this time is trying to align you better with your Dharma. So don't be afraid of the changes that may be happening in your career, in your job, in your position. Embrace these changes. And if you've been feeling like maybe you want to change some things up a bit in your job, go for it, because that is going to be something very beneficial for you. And your last message, my beautiful Sagittarius, for this lunar eclipse, for Sagittarius, for this lunar eclipse. And we have surrender the people pleasing. Put yourself first before anybody else. Go into your creativity and the wonder and awe of life. Okay? This is an eclipse that is trying to really get you into alignment with your divine will and your divine purpose, and to get you directly connected with God. So this is going to make you feel expansive and is going to fill you up so much. So use creativity, use wonder and awe, and don't forget to put yourself first before anybody else. Alrighty, my beautiful Sagittarius, those were your messages. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more personal message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 45% off consultations that I have this month of the eclipse. You can find the promo code in the description here below. A 75-minute session where we go deep into your natal chart, your current transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you will like, love, relationships, and more, whatever you like. And we don't stop until you get the clarity that you want and that you need in order for you to live your best life. So make sure to book one today in the description here below. Alrighty, my beautiful Sagittariuses, these were your messages for this eclipse. I hope that you liked them. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And I also suggest for you the candle of Sri Radha Krishna for self-love and for bringing love into your life. You can check that in my shop. Alrighty, Sagittarius, those were your messages. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Capricorns. Welcome, Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorn, to your lunar eclipse horoscope for this first eclipse of 2025. And for you, oh my goodness gracious, my beautiful Capricorn, this eclipse is happening in your 8th house. Whoa, this is going to be a deep one for you, my beautiful Capricorn. This is the beginning of a new series of shifts in your life that are going to bring massive transformations. But these transformations for you and this eclipse, what it's doing is that it's going to cleanse your inner world, your psychological world. So if there's been many wounds of the past, if there's been many traumas from the past, maybe traumas from grief of losing someone, or maybe traumas from difficulties in life, or whatever it may be, chaos in your life, sudden events in your life, this is going to be a time of immense psychological healing for you. And this is the beginning of this powerful transformation that you're about to have. Because remember, when we transform our inner world, our external world also transforms itself. And that is exactly what is going to happen with you, my beautiful Capricorn here. So, number one thing, do not be afraid of the changes. Embrace the changes. Actually, if you decide to start making changes, internal changes, by your own intention, this is going to make the ride a lot smoother. But if you stay stubbornly in your same attitudes, same behaviors, same habits, same ways of thinking, then life may just give you a little bit of a shock so that you can start embracing change, embracing transformation in your life. So there's definitely a very powerful energy for you to go into the depths of yourself and to pull out any demons, any anarthas, any things that have been holding you back from a long time. So this is a deep one. I will say, my beautiful Capricorn, you may be feeling triggered. This may get you a little bit triggered, but you need to look at these triggers as signals of things that are asking to be healed. These things want to be healed by you, and that's why they're coming up at this time, okay? If there's any pains around intimacy, vulnerability, sexuality, this is all going to start getting into a massive healing energy for you, my beautiful Capricorn. So let's see. What are some other messages that we have here for Capricorn? Also, if you own money, in a more technical situation, if you own money, if you have bad credit, if you are dealing with other people's monies at this time, this could be a great time to also help you get back to zeros, to help you pay your debts, to help you heal your credit, and to just get you back into alignment. So I pulled some cards here for you, and we have here, surrender the fear of change that you may be feeling at this time, my beautiful Capricorn. So change is coming, and change is good. One of the guarantees of life is death and change. And it is better for us to embrace change than to resist it, because we're always changing. Changing is inevitable. So do not fear change, my beautiful Capricorn. Okay? Here it says that God is reminding you that you are cared for always. Always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, your relationship, or if your fear of aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. I have faith that all is well. Everything is always working out for me. These are the things you have to remind yourself, because you are going to go through a transformation and a change, but this change is for the better. What's going to help you is surrender to your intuition, listening to your inner world, even doing a lot of therapy right now, doing counseling. This is a great time to do it, where you can finally defeat your fears of failure, fears of success, fears of not being good enough, or any fears like this. So surrender to your intuition. Follow your intuition. Your intuition is really telling you where to go, where the change is ready to happen. And when you tune into your inner voice, you're going to have more clarity into where you want to go, okay? And in the midst of it all, so that you don't get so caught up in the past or in the future, because this is what gives us anxiety or fear, stay present. Stay present with the wonder and awe. How do we find wonder and awe? Looking for wonder and awe everywhere that you are. The wonder and awe of this beautiful tree that I'm looking out of the window, the wonder and awe of the leaves blowing in the wind. Even though the sky is gray, the leaves look beautiful blowing in the wind. Like finding the wonder and awe in life, finding the beauty in life. And when you do this, it really helps you to feel in the present moment and to let in the beauty, let in the gratitude. instead of being in the fearful story of the past or the fearful story of the future. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper into these things for you, my beautiful Capricorn. Cappy, I also want you to take it easy, be kind to yourself, don't be hard on yourself. If things come up from the past that you are embarrassed of, that you are feeling ashamed, that you feel guilty of, that make you feel vulnerable, this is a good thing. It means that the healing is happening, but don't hurt yourself. Don't like punish yourself because you didn't, or that's not the way to heal. This is a time where you need to give yourself a lot of love, a lot of compassion, and a lot of understanding so that you can allow this transformation to happen in the heart. So let's see, what do we have for my beautiful Capricorns for this lunar eclipse? Spiritual teacher. Wow. This may lead you into finding your spiritual teacher, finding your guru, or this is also saying that you are a spiritual teacher, my beautiful Capricorn. You have come here into this world to teach others about healing and about spirituality, and this is something that is going to make you very, very happy. Be yourself. What this eclipse is trying to do is that all these pains and wounds and hurts and walls that we put so that we don't feel vulnerable are actually limiting your ability to be more authentic and be more of yourself. So even though it's uncomfortable, this is allowing for you to be more of your authentic self, to be more of who you are. If the process gets really hard, use a lot of aromatherapy, use natural solutions, homeopathic therapies, acupuncture, massages, Reiki. On any of these things could be something very beneficial. And even if maybe some of you guys want to do plant medicine, that could also be something very beneficial for you psychologically. So that's also something that shows up here for you. You use the power of plants, use the power of the healing plants, because they can really bring acceleration into your psychology and your healing. So I will stay away from any antidepressants, pharmaceuticals, benzos and anxiety, like pills and things like this. It's not the path. Use more of a homeopathic outlet with no side effects, and that's going to be way more beneficial for you, my beautiful Capricorn. Now, I want to pull some cards here for love and money for you, because I'm sure that in that psychology, there's some things going on with your psyche and your love life, money and love. So let's see, what are the messages for Capricorn for their money when it comes to this lunar eclipse? And we have block out the distractions. You're getting distracted with other things that you don't need at this time. No more complaining. Stop complaining about your money. Start complaining about life. Stop complaining about the material world and why this and why that. Use your words for blessing yourself, for blessing your life. And as you do this, you affirm that that you have abundance of choices all the time. You're not trapped. Don't complain that that's what happened to you in life. It's what makes you now. So release the complaining, release the criticism, and release the fault finding, and starting with yourself. Starting with yourself, Capricorn. Stop complaining and criticizing yourself. Stop it. And that is going to heal you so much already psychologically. That's going to heal you so much. There's some friendships that are not good either. So detox your friendships. Maybe there's some people who are not necessarily, they might be karmic and they might be draining your money. So be careful with that. Now let's see with your love life, my beautiful Capricorns, because this is also the house of intimacy. Okay. Marriage. This deals with your marriage. If you're single, you are being healed right now to prepare you to get into a marriage, to find your partner, to find your husband, to find your divine counterpart. If you are currently in a relationship, doing the inner healing is what's going to bless your relationship as well. It's worth doing it. It's worth putting the effort. It's worth the patience. And yes, calling in your soulmate. Affirmations and visualizations it's what brings the both of you together. So for those of you who are married, if you've been having a lot of negative thoughts about your partner, this is causing ruptures. So you can re-amend it by maybe changing your perception about your partner and starting to see them with loving eyes once again. If you're single, you're getting prepared to become for this very strong marriage to come into your life, a strong, committed relationship to come into your life. It's been worth waiting for. If you want to get them closer to you, use affirmations, visualizations, and prayers to bring this person closer to you. Alrighty, my beautiful Capricorn, those were your messages for this upcoming lunar eclipse. It's going to be a powerful lunar eclipse for you, Capricorn. I'm super excited. Now, remember that these are general readings. If you would like to have a more personal reading by me, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of my 45% off consultations that I have right now. Check them out in my description here below using the promo code. 75-minute session. We go deep into your transits, your natal chart, and you can ask me as many questions as you would like. And I will not stop answering them until you get the clarity that you need today. So make sure to book that consultation with me today. Alrighty, my beautiful Capricorns, those were your messages. I highly suggest for you the Durga candle. That could really help you during this time of transmuting all these lower energies and put them into the light. All this darkness, the shadow self, bringing it into the light, and to help you during their shadow work. Okay, Capricorn, you can check that out in my shop. If you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Aquariuses. Welcome, Aquarius, to your horoscope for this lunar eclipse. And let's start getting ready, because this lunar eclipse is going to begin a transformation in your relationships and in your committed relationships. So this eclipse is happening in your 7th house of commitments, of committed relationships, which means that you are about to go through some transformation in your love life. So either you are in a toxic relationship that you're ready to break up and that you're ready to close this, and this lunar eclipse may just bring the ending of this. Others of you actually have that have been single for quite some time. Now, this is a time to kind of purify any misconceptions or pains or issues around commitment, and this can help you to start allowing a commitment to come into your life, okay? It's trying to purge out any misconceptions or pains that are around commitments for you. And this eclipse, for those of you who are single, I definitely see that it's going to start stimulating bringing a person into your life. Those of you who are already in a relationship, this is a time where maybe your relationship has to go through a little bit of a transformation where new habits need to be implemented, new ways of going about your relationship need to be implemented so that the relationship can last even longer. So there could be some behaviors or things that are not sustainable that may be affecting you. So love is in the air for you. This eclipse is really turning on that love energy for you. So let's see. What do we have for my beautiful Aquariuses for this upcoming lunar eclipse for Aquarius? And we have retreat. So yes, those of you who are in a relationship, I think you both need to disconnect from the world, and you both need to go on a vacation, on a holiday, alone, and rekindle your relationship and bring a lot of healing into your relationship. If you're currently single, there's a reason why you're single. They're preparing you to become a better version of yourself, to really be in a committed long-term relationship, in a good marriage. So they're preparing you to be an amazing wife or to be an amazing husband at this time. We also have finances and career affecting your love life. Some of you guys are working so much that you don't have time to even go and date. The others of you in your relationship, career, and finances need to bring some sort of balance here. Maybe you both need to talk about your finances together. You both need to talk about the shared assets that are happening between the both of you, so that there could be more love happening here for you. And for those of you who are single, my female Aquarius is accepting a partner that can allow to help you, that can actually bring some stability into your life, is also something good for you, okay? Pay attention to the red flags. I really feel like this eclipse is going to expose some red flags for you. And now the red flags, for some, it could be a make it or break it, where the relationship ends. Or it could be a red flag saying, hey, we can't neglect this. Maybe the time has come for us to come together, disconnect from the world, and work on our relationship, and make sure that we are not just letting the dishes pile up. No, that we are cleaning and healing this relationship. So yeah. And if there's been some red flags, talk about them, okay? Don't dismiss them. The eclipse is trying to show you something here, and if you don't take advantage of what it's showing you, later you can be falling into an illusion, okay? So pay attention to those red flags. Now let's see what else do we have for my beautiful Aquariuses for this lunar eclipse. And we have birthdays. So your birthday, there's a birthday coming up that is going to be really good. And this is also going to be some sort of revival, a rebirth that is going to happen for your relationships and for your current relationship. So there's a rebirth that is happening here. Allow it. I want to pull some more cards here for you when it comes to Aquarius for this upcoming eclipse, lunar eclipse for Aquarius. And we have surrender procrastination. What are you procrastinating, my beautiful Aquarius? Maybe my singles are procrastinating getting into dating because they're too busy. Or maybe the ones who are in a relationship are procrastinating making these changes to better the relationship. So don't procrastinate your relationship. It needs your attention, especially with this eclipse. It's really trying to tell you to look at this eclipse and look at how your relationships and your commitments are. What do they need? What are they missing? And are you happy with them? And if you're not, how can you become more happy with them? Then we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. So this is also trying to release any outdated beliefs about yourself, your relationships, you in relationships, what happened in the past. Like, let all these things go. If if somebody attacked your integrity or your character in the past and you believed it, like, let go of all these misconceptions and projections that other people are doing onto you, okay? Let go of these self-limiting beliefs. Use this eclipse to try to break away from all these self-limiting beliefs. And last but not least, surrender defensiveness. Defensive communication could be the thing that's affecting your love life. So make sure that you're releasing this defensive communication. Defensiveness is actually a sign of weakness. So don't show up in this way. To be more mature in your communications and to have better communications, when you feel like rigid and defensive, relax, be more yielding, and allow for the person to teach you something, and you will be able to respond in a less defensive way. Okay, but defensiveness could be something that is affecting your love life. And if we don't catch that or nip it in the bud early, it could really ruin our relationships as well. So major transformations are about to happen here in your love life. And I'm very excited for you, my beautiful Aquarius. Keep moving forward with them. Now, these are your messages for this lunar eclipse, but remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you take advantage of the 45% off consultations that I'm having right now. You can find the promo code in the description here below and book one today, a 75-minute session where we go deep into your natal chart, your current transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you will like. And we will not stop until you get the clarity that you need. So make sure you book one today. So that is the messages for you, my beautiful Aquarius. Remember, affection smooths out the path of all relationships. And that is what this Uttaraphalguni lunar eclipse is trying to teach you. Love is not about compatibility. Love is about affection. And that can smooth the ride immensely. So those were your messages, my beautiful Sagittarius, Aquarius. I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for being here. If you like these messages, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That would mean the world to me. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Pisces. Welcome, Pisces, to your horoscope for this upcoming lunar eclipse. And this eclipse is going to actually be happening in your 6th house. Wow, my beautiful Pisces. We're going to start. This is the last eclipse season with the North Node, with Rahu in your sign, my beautiful Pisces. You've been going through so much personal transformations. You've been going through so much personal growth that I just want to say congratulations, my beautiful Pisces. You're doing amazing. You're doing an amazing job. Keep going. For you, you deserve it. You're worth it. And the more you turn into the best version of yourself, the more you can be of service, the more you have love, the more a perfect relationship will come into your life, the more your relationship will blossom. So it starts with you, my beautiful Pisces. And this is what this whole journey has been. So now this eclipse is going to help you with your daily life. And believe it or not, this is actually something very important, because the daily work, the daily life, and how we conduct ourselves on a daily basis is what actually gives us our character. So this eclipse is going to start transforming your daily life and your daily routines and your daily habits, especially food habits and workout habits. So this is a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you, Pisces, this is the opposite of you. You are more of going with the flow, and the miscellaneous things of life and the menial things of life is kind of like, what's that for? But it's going to help you to transform your mindset around this. That how working out, eating well, lifestyle choices, your daily habits, to-do lists, doing the work that nobody wants to do, but it has to get done, this is going to make you feel so much better. It starts with your daily life to implement and to keep the transformation that you have. So let's say if some of you guys went through a transformation where you decided to change the way that you eat and you got in shape, keep up that consistency. This eclipse is trying to help you keep up that consistency on your daily basis that is going to help you make it stronger and better. So if there's something obstructing your path from your daily habits, like you have bad habits to go to sleep late, wake up late, bad habits of eating in random times of the day, or eating bad things, or you work out once every blue moon, and these things are ready to be changed. Okay, my beautiful Pisces. So if you've been in an unhealthy life, in an unhealthy patterns, this eclipse is going to eradicate that and is going to get you back into alignment, put your ducks in a row so that you can get ready for your daily life and how this new Pisces is going to show up on their daily basis. This is important. So it's all about health. It's all about your lifestyle. Use this new moon to help you take care of your health issues, lifestyle issues, and that it helps you to stick to your to-do list. If you decide to, for example, do some sort of schedule for yourself on this eclipse, and you give yourself a promise that you're going to stick to it, like if you can't stick to something for more than a week, then just start with a week, or start with 3 days, and then work your way up to 2 weeks, to 3 weeks, to a month, to 2 months. But this is going to really help you, my beautiful Pisces, because you're very imaginative. You have so much fertile imagination, so much fertile creativity, so much fertile spirituality. But if you don't know how to ground it, we're all going to miss it. We're all going to miss it. And you're like up there in La La Land. So it's what's going to help you bring all that Shakti, that spiritual Shakti into the earth, which is, and for all of us to benefit as well. So Pisces, definitely a beautiful thing. This could also bring changes in your work area, where maybe a job ends, a new one begins, where maybe you get a new position, you maybe start working remotely. Like there's some changes in your daily life and in your daily work. Okay, let's see a little bit more into this for my beautiful Pisces. What are some other messages that we have for Pisces for this lunar eclipse? And we have donations, tithing, and charitable work. Pisces, those of you who are extremely abundant and who are very good financially at this time to donate, time to give to charity, time to give back. Those of you who are struggling for money, you are giving away your work for free. You are not charging enough for your services because you don't see that it's worth it. So don't be afraid to do that. Now, if you want to do a strategy on giving free work, really strategize it in a good way. But know that your work deserves compensation. Okay, it doesn't have to all be a donation from you. We also have attraction, not chasing. So you don't have to chase money. You don't have to chase a job. You don't have to chase any of these things. You just have to embody your worth. And how do we do that? On a daily basis. I wake up at a time, I take a shower, I get dressed very nice, I even put some makeup on, I even do my hair. Like you give yourself the dignity and the worth. And when you give yourself all of that, and that's when you start attracting things. The energy that you're putting out for other, bring it back to yourself so that you can harness that energy and start being like a magnet and attracting it to you. So no chasing money, no chasing a job, no chasing recognition. Just embody it. And how do we embody it? On a daily basis. I went and I made myself a nice meal and I ate it. I'm embodying it. I'm embodying health. I went to the gym and I went to yoga. I'm embodying it. I'm working on the things that I love and my hobbies, and I'm doing the services that I give to the world, and it's scheduled and it's in there, and I'm embodying it every single day. This is how you embody it every single day. And last but not least, bountiful nature, baby. So bountiful nature, spending time in nature helps you shift you to a higher vibration. Okay, so don't stay too much inside the house or too much scrolling. Make sure that you are being outside in nature. Something else that could really help you is growing food, or maybe gardening can also help you to organize your structures, as well. Let's look into some other messages here for my beautiful Pisces when it comes to this lunar eclipse. And we have, by winter of this year, you're going to see the massive transformation that you're going to have. So it's a 6-month period to a year period. This eclipse is going to start shifting things for you. You're going through a lot of emotional healing and physical healing. Focus on your healing. Focus on your healing on a daily basis. Okay, this is the time to get on those things. And by the winter time, you're going to see some massive transformations. Let's pull one card of love here for you. One message of love for this lunar eclipse for Pisces. And we have past life karmic relationships. So you've had a lot of karmic relationships, and I feel that this eclipse is helping you cleanse that debt, especially if you feel like you're still holding on to things from the past with past lovers. This is clearing out that debt, clearing out that pain, clearing out that energy, and leaving you back to zeros where you don't owe anything to no one or nothing. So you're clearing out these debts at this time. And last but not least, what does Pisces need to surrender during this lunar eclipse? And we have the obsessive thinking too much. And you know why you're obsessively thinking? Because you're not moving your body. If you're thinking, it's because you're standing still, just like in the past and in the future. Get out of your head and get into your body. You're obsessively thinking about something, go outside and run. Go outside and jump. Grab the jump rope and jump. Turn on some music and move your body. Emotions can be shifted through motion. Emotions are emotions in movement. So it's through the movement that we can transform our emotions and our feelings. So get out of your head and get into your body. Go work out, go move your body. These things are going to be really good to you. Also, surrender to prayer, especially if you've been feeling like you're obsessing about a situation or something. Give these concerns to God, and God will take care of it. Let go and let God, and make sure that you are praying, because add prayer to your daily life. That's going to be something really good for you, Pisces. And last but not least, surrender your beliefs of scarcity. So these are those daily things like, oh, I've lived in debt. I've lived in the minimum. No, you don't have to do that. Or any scarcity that you may feel like, it's like, oh, but I just don't have this, or I don't have that. No, you have it all. Especially when you start connecting more with God, you're going to feel more of that fulfillment. So God is asking for you to open up to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove all blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So use this eclipse to also eradicate any beliefs of scarcity that are still lingering within. All right, my beautiful Pisces. So those were your messages, my beautiful Pisces. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember that these are general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message, then I highly suggest that you book a consultation with me. In the description here below, you'll be able to find my consultations and my promo code for 45% off on my consultations. It's a great time to get it. where we're going to have a 75-minute session, go deep into your chart, your current transits, and you can ask me as many questions as you will like until you get the clarity that you deserve. Alrighty, my beautiful Pisces, book one today in the description here below. Alrighty, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. These were your messages, and if you like them, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will mean the world to me. And for you, I highly suggest the obstacle remover candle in my shop. That one can really help you during this trial time. Alrighty, my beautiful Pisces, those were your messages. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to all my brothers and my sisters for being here today for this analysis and horoscope on the first eclipse of 2025. I hope that these messages were able to help you. Thank you so much for being here. Truly love you guys so, so much. Thank you for the likes, the comments, and for sharing my video with your loved ones. It really means the world to me. Love you deeply, deeply. And I hope that this eclipse, I pray that this eclipse opens your heart and your mind and allows for all the blessings that God has for you to come into your life. Love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Hari Bol and Hari Krishna.